Hello everyone and welcome to JCGaming. I've got the screen loaded up already. Um, this is the background music for this game, and as you can see on the little screen here that this will be the truck that we can move around with. There's other trucks available, but that's the one we're going to be using for right now. So without further ado, we're going to switch over to game screen. And I'll show you a few things that we have right now. We have a lantern, which we can move around, turn on. I believe you can turn it on and then set it where you want it to be. We don't need this right now, so we're going to go ahead and turn it off. Just leave it here. Shovel, we're going to need over here, because we're going to be digging in this ground here. Or I guess we could go across the way over here and dig in this over here too. But let's do that this time. Let's just put the shovel down right here.
Huh?
And we'll get everything set up over here. This here is a wagon that we probably won't be using a whole lot of. So we're going to pull this out of the way, just so it's not in our way at all ever. And just dump it right over here. We have like 0 money right now, but it won't take us long to get a little bit of money. We're going to need this bucket right here for carrying water, or dirt, either one. That'll go right there. And then we're going to need, until we get a little bit of money to run power and water, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way where we just bring a bucket up here, dump the bucket in there, and we'll clean it and see what we can get available. And then, of course, after we get a little bit of money saved up, we'll buy some pipelines and stuff to make this a little more automated for us. So I think we're going to just start here in this corner, and we just dig and fill up that bucket. And I believe it's 4 scoops with this shovel because it's a really crappy shovel. There's another shovel a little bit further down the road we can get that has 4 available in it. And you can only put 1 bucket in here at a time. And see the little green dot that's off to the side of the blue one? That's the one you have to go by, or it won't go in. And then you have to have water. And that is the only way to get water in there. And same thing, you have to kind of pile it like that. So I'm actually going to get 2 of them set up here so we can kind of, which is weird because you have to use the blue dot for putting the dirt in there, not the green dot. But the big bucket you have to use the green dot. So we'll get this up here, and we'll put that in a second. We need this little brush to clean with, and what we do is we just do that a couple times, and we got 1 little iron ingot. We can pull that out of there, or we can just leave it in there for right now. I'm just going to leave it in there. We're going to put some more dirt in, put some more water in. Make it quick. You can drop it like that and put it back up. So, and hopefully we can. So that little shard right there, we're going to pull that out because that will not be selling whatsoever. We're gonna put that right over here. We'll need that later on for, it's a power crystal is what it is. But for right now, we have a couple of things of iron in there. So we'll just be digging here for a minute, hoping we can get a nice chunk of gold somewhere. And then if we can find that, we'll run them up to the jeweler and sell real quick. So it'll take a few minutes to get to where we can actually do something more besides, you know, running water and buckets of dirt. But when we do, it'll make it a whole lot easier. Alright, so this here is not gold. This here is platinum ore, which I have not found a use for yet, until you get like way further down the stage and you're buying blueprints and stuff. So we'll save that for later on. This here is gold. We want to get like probably 3 or 4 of those in this bucket before we do anything. But I do want to put this one off to this. Actually, no, we'll sell that too for right now. We don't need any of that stuff right now. Plus, we'll get bigger stuff when we get to the other mine. There's 4 available mines, and I'll show you the map when we go back across over there in a second. Because they do provide you with a map to start with. Let's run across here real quick. It's just laying right here. So it's hard to read this map, but we are in the Ember Cradle, I believe it is. Because Burnscroft is, of course I can't hold this up and show you, but the South Hope is the best one. Then they got the direct quarry and Mildew's Aquifer, I don't know, something. Anyway, the only one I've actually worked on hardcore is this Ember Cradle and South Hope, and South Hope is pretty deep with lots of big sized gold nuggets in it and iron ore. The direct quarry I did some exploding dynamite stuff on because I wanted to test it out, and I haven't really touched the Mildew's Aquifer at all yet. So that's pretty much that right there. We don't need that map. I mean, I guess when you're first starting out, it's kind of nice to have, but you really don't need the map. So we got 2 gold nuggets in there now, so let's see if we can get a couple more, and then we'll go and sell and see if we can start buying a few things that we need. Probably going to buy a better shovel to start with, and then a few more of these buckets and stuff, because the more buckets we have, the faster it's going to go until we start making everything automated. Once it goes automated, it's like super easy. Let's get a little bit more in there. That's just not quite enough. I want to have a little bit of money to work with. So we'll just, you know, do a little shoveling, digging, and see what we can come up with here in the next few minutes. So we want to just try to build it up a little bit so we can have a little bit of money to work with when we do. Yeah, it's got like 4 gold nuggets in it. Not quite enough. I mean, it probably is to get started, but I like to be an overachiever. So, and there is 2 sides to this. You can buy the other. Yeah, Diglin, I know, I said it. How you doing, Jekyll? So, yeah, not up to sidetracked. There's 4 different types of places you can buy. There's a lot of different types of materials and stuff. There's explosives available, water pipes available, and coming sometime this summer, this game is going to be a co-op game, so you can be able to play with your friends too. It's not going to be just single player like it is now. It originally came out, it was not going to be anything but single player, and there were so many people that wanted to have it multiplayer that they decided to rework the entire game. So all this that I'm doing right now will actually be wiped away when they go to multiplayer, but I wanted to give some people a little show of the game before. And I believe it's only $10, I believe, in I don't know why I did that. I just ruined that bucket of dirt. At any rate, I don't think I dropped it out in the water either. Yeah, no, I didn't. Alright, it's only $10 for the game too, so I mean, you could buy this game, practice a little bit, and then when it became co-op, you and your friends could play and have a good time. And so you're going to see some, I could go over to my other game, but that's just too easy. There's already a bunch of stuff done on that one, and I want to show people the beginning aspects. Okay, so this is going to be enough for right now. We're just going to pick this up, and we're going to run up here to the jeweler. And you don't have an actual bank. You actually have to carry everything around. So what it does is once you sell this, it drops. In fact, let me make sure there was no more shards in there real quick. Let's set that back down. Make sure there's no more shards. Yeah, there's not. Okay. We want to keep all the power shards. So as you can see, we can sell it for 142. And it drops out these nice little coins here. Now, when you get a bunch of coins, you can stack them together just by dropping them into the same spot. Like if I had another 140, I could put it in this bucket, and it would become 280. So we're going to come back down here to where we can buy stuff. Drop this bucket out here. Put the money in the bin. Because that's where we're going to buy from. And the first thing is we want a better shovel, which is 78. So we come over here, put that in this little spot here. We don't really need any lighting yet because we're not going underground, but these are the best lights here. But again, 160. We will need a smelting furnace. We will need a crucible, anvil, a mold, a hammer here. But I'm looking at 105, 42, 86, 18, 86. You're looking like 300 coins. So for right now, we only have 140. We're going to get Probably like 3 more of these. Let's see, that'd be, what are we up to? 114. We have 28 left. Probably need a couple of small buckets for that. Just so it's easier to stack up some dirt and haul it up there real quick. And we'll keep one just for hauling the gems and stuff around with. And there's really not a place that I've seen down in this area where you can, oh, they're only a bucket. Okay, we're gonna get like 10 of these then. We can stack up like 10 buckets of dirt that way. And there's no real way to haul massive quantities. You have to just kind of move it all by one at a time. So that is kind of the slow process, but I think if it's co-op, it'll be a whole lot easier because you can have, you know, 5 or 6 people dig in and then they can decide what they want to do using your Discord server or whatever. What do we have? 28, right? Eight plus the 1, and we got 4 of those over there. So we'll get 1 more of these. And we have 8 coins left over. Yeah, 8 coins left over. So all this stuff, we're just gonna run over here, get set up. Because what we want to do is make it as easy as possible for farming out so we can get money to buy pipes and stuff, which these are the pipes and stuff that we're going to be using, and the water inlet thing, corks if you need to. We don't want a mining helmet quite yet. These are foundation blocks for making things a little easier too. I mean, I guess we could be using the wagon for this, but I think that sprinting is faster than using the wagon. Especially if you know where you're going. Wagon will come in handy later on when you're buying, you know, like 100 pieces of pipe because you're laying out some big old long section of pipe to put together for deep mining. It definitely comes in handy then because you want to have different types of pipe in different wagons. And I will show you that you can actually put that wagon in the back of the truck too. And while I'm over here, I'm also going to get rid of this crappy shovel so I don't forget and try using that one. That was a little bit of a lag spike thing. Alright, we're just going to put this right here. And yes, it will continue to make that sound because I screwed up. And didn't jump up in the wagon first. Too bad you can't grab all buckets. Yeah, you can if you want to use the wagon, but the wagon doesn't really work that well. And there's no inventory available in this game. The developer doesn't want to have an inventory, so that's the reason why you have to carry your money around too. Luckily, the money doesn't get too heavy. I've had like 200,000 coins, and you just pick it up at one hand and move it around, or toss it in the bucket, or toss it in the back of your truck if you're moving long distances. But again, like let's say you had 4 people doing this, you'd already be done already, and you'd all be digging. So I'm not going to put those shards into a bucket or a pan, but I am going to have a bucket pan kind of set up for putting gold into. Only the gold, because we're going to save the iron for working into blacksmithing stuff. So we're going to set these up over here nice and straight so we can fill them up, and then do up several of the pans at one time. And we'll have like 8 buckets of dirt that way. And you can't put 2 buckets of dirt in here, which doesn't really make sense, but just the way the game's set up. Come on. There we go. And One could dig, one could be washing, one... Yeah, exactly. Or you could have two running back and forth if need be. So anyway, we're going to put this off to the side because we're going to put your gold nuggets in this. And this is going to be my water bucket. And like I said, once I get the water automation part, it'll be a whole lot easier too. Because then I can just have water dropping in there continually all the time, and it'll always be full. Alright, so we want to set, and these can be actually filled up while they're laying on the side too, which is really weird, but I like to stand them up personally. Alright, so let's see here. Just come over here, and we'll just dig across the side here. And I believe with this shovel it only takes 2 scoops to fill it up. So now we're doing it in half the time, and we have a whole lot more available here because we're a lot more buckets. So, and you can dig really far away from you too, and dig down pretty deep too. And you can go buy a bed and put down to sleep through the night. I just found putting lights out works just as well. Now what I won't do is I won't take and pull them out every single time. Like, well, maybe I will this time, but because it looks like it's all gold. Yeah. But what you can do is you can let it pile up in there, and then bring your bucket over and do it all at once. So instead of having to move every single piece over every time. And of course, don't pick up the bucket. Make sure you have the right thing highlighted before you hit the button to execute picking it up. I think the next thing I want to do is actually get the water automation going, so I don't have to worry about coming down here and hitting the water every single time. Because this is probably the most pain in the butt thing to do is grab the water and bring it up here. I mean, and it is Hydroneer, so you know you're dealing with water the entire time. I'm surprised I haven't seen a gem yet either. And as you can see, you don't have to be right beside it to make it work. Alright, so we got a gold there, there's a gem there, and that is all iron. And as you can see, like this over here, I can't dig into, but as soon as I hit down here, I can start digging again, because it angles down at a weird... It'd be easier to see if we had lights over here, but they're so expensive at $160 a piece to start. Just not something you're looking for when you first start playing the game. And like last time I played it, I played over there, so it was a little more light because these trees weren't kind of in the way. So we'll dig a little bit more. I don't know. Might end up going to buying a bed because it is kind of dark on this side of the river. Then of course if you miss the bucket, that happens. But that's okay. because you can pick it up. And I believe it's going to be up to 4 players for the co-op. I've got quite a bit of gold in that one. Well, let's just see what we have here. Move this over to about, I don't know, there. Might be able to just spin into it. Well, as long as I don't pick up the pan. We'll put the cloudium ore in here too if we come across any. But then we'll take this lead ore and just pile it up in this one here for now, because we'll need that later on for when we go to build swords and daggers and stuff. Okay, so that's it for that. We do have 4 more down here though. Here's like ETS FS19 with how days are. Where's the same time, same lighting, no time. No, there is nighttime. It gets darker here. I mean, it'll get really dark here shortly. I don't know exactly what time it is right now. In fact, how do we check to see what time it is? I remember there's a way, but I can't think of it at this moment. At least I thought there was a way. Well, let me hit the F1 button. See what we can do. Nope, nothing there. I don't know, if you look off over that way, it's still kind of sunset, so it will get quite a bit darker than what it is right now. But again, you can get lighting and stuff. There's lanterns, and a lot of it's done underground anyway, so you really don't know if it's day or nighttime. So you just set up the right lighting and go for it. Like, I could log out of this one, log into my other one, and show you how I have lighting set up underground. You couldn't even tell it's day or nighttime. Another little power shard here. We're going to just pile these up right here for right now. The lead's going to go over there. So like I said, we will need this over here at some point. We'll put the gold in the gold bin. We'll leave the gem there for right now, because we don't need that quite yet. But as soon as we start making swords and daggers and stuff, we'll need that iron. But we have a little bit of money there, not a whole lot. I mean, we could probably, let's dig out a couple more sections here and then go from there. Plus, it'll probably be dark enough we won't be working anyway. Jekyll and Rob, if you want to jump in Discord stream, I will jump in here in a second, and we can discuss the game in there. Or you can keep typing questions, either one. Let me know here on this stream, though, what you're going to do, so I can do it accordingly. Fair enough. So is that how come you haven't been streaming? Too much noise around there? Or are you still dealing with the Ethernet issue? And you can set this up to where you're just scooping dirt into the bucket, into these pans here, but it only lets you put one scoop full. That's the reason why I'm using the little buckets, because I can get 2 scoops into there that way. Alright, so we got some iron here. Let's go ahead and get the gold out and cloudium out of here. Thought there was 3 in there. Yeah, there is, okay. And something else you can do, I mean, it is possible, if you hit it just right, to dump them in like that. But when the pan's too full, it doesn't work very well. Plus I have a gem in that one. Stone, snow caused my package to be like here. Fair enough. Come up here, dump some water, get the next set ready to go. I think after this next set it runs, we'll be able to probably have enough gold to go and get the pipes we need to start the water flow. So we have to keep running back and forth doing this part of it. Like I said, as you can see, I'm filling these up with while they're on their side. Kind of a bad design on that aspect of it, but I'm not going to complain. Doesn't mean I have to be perfect when I put everything up. And it's a little bit darker now, just to show you the whole lighting aspect of these little lanterns things here. So if I get to stay up here now. Getting to sets just right is hard sometimes. Let's try right there. No. And there's no way of just setting them down. Like you can't get down closer. I mean, it's going to drop them up there every single time. So right about there. Nope, still nothing. That's why the streetlight ones are better. Because you put them down and you can actually place them where you want them. That thing's going to fall down there. I'm trying to get it to sit just right, but it's not wanting to. So we'll just put it up here for now. Call it good, whatever. If I get it to actually sit right up here, you'll see that it kind of does brighten everything up though. Alright, let's try it over here on the flat ground, see if this works. There. And as long as we don't dig that spot right there where it's sitting on, we can dig all the way around it. It'll still stay up there. I believe these are all full now, yeah. You saw what the snow did to Texas, right? I was shocked when I saw the pictures in that area. They got hammered. Since, you know, they never have snow over there. Alright, so we got a little glowing over here, so we definitely have a shard right there. Put a little pile of them here. Like I said, we're going to need those later on. We don't really need them right now. That won't be until we start using the conveyors and drills and stuff, because the drills need to have water filtration on them. Alright, so that's it for that gold. And of course, as the more you get up here, $10K power bills. What? I didn't hear about that one. Why would they have a $10K power bill? There's no way they use that much power. I mean, it's not like they're Vegas in the Strip and they have, you know, $10 million in lights outside. We got another gem here that I saw. Alright, this should be enough gold to get us started. We'll take the 2 gems and we'll set these over here too, next to the power shards. We got an emerald and a ruby. And that is all iron, iron, iron. Okay. So we're going to take this, run up to the jeweler and sell real quick. Wow, that's insane. Yeah, 230, that's not very good, but it'll have to do for now. Should be enough to maybe get us where we need to be. Okay, I did pick it up. That's definitely a huge increase. But even at that, that's what, 45 times what they normally pay? That means they still have to have a, what, $500 a month electric bill, normally? Alright, so we have that 8 cents. If we drop it with this, it'll add it to it. Now we got 239 we can spend. And those are 22. This one's 36. We need one of these.
Huh? Huh?
We need one water turn-off valve. We're gonna need 1, 2. Let's go with I need. I'm trying to think here. How many of these we're gonna need? We have 4 over there, but we can get come out the ends too, so I think those 3 will be enough. Let's just buy that and see what happens. Actually, let's get one straight pipe too, so we can extend it out a little bit further. Alright, 146, we'll have a little bit of money left over. We'll take this one over first. And we're just going to dive right into the water here, because what we're going to do is we're going to put it right about there. No, come on. Alright, so we're going to have to go up a little bit anyway. So we're going to need 2 90s also. Come over here, grab 2 90s. That's 44. I believe we have enough of that. Yeah, still got a couple bucks left. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that to that, turn this thing around. And the water comes at the top here. We're probably not going to need that one long straight tube, but I grabbed it anyway just in case. We will end up needing it later on, so it's fine. Now we're going to put this one right on top of there. And this is like probably the most difficult thing to do because it sometimes just doesn't want us to line up to where you need to go. We need it facing this way. And I need that one. This, of course, will turn the water on and off, so we have to listen to it go bloop, bloop, bloop all the time. So you turn it on, and turn it off. And I should probably buy a hammer to set these in place so I don't pick them back up. Because you can accidentally, as you're going by, pick something up on accident, which kind of sucks, but... Or turn them on and off like that on accident too. So we want to go... Excuse me. Like that. Put that there. And then... We'll put another one right here, but facing this way. So we'll have 2 buckets over there and we'll have 2 buckets over here is what's going to happen. And that one long pipe won't be used for right now. Now these buckets here, you can place them down right where you want them by holding the put down button and then releasing it, and it'll be just dropped right where you want it. I think that's gonna be close. I'm gonna turn these on real quick. Yeah, see, it's laying right in the water, so that's fine. And then this one, same thing.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Okay. So that bucket doesn't want to work right now. Let's pick that back up, dump it out real quick. Try this again. Alright, as you can see, they're all kind of falling right into the thing. These ones are a little off because they're hitting the edges. So and if you're having it hit just right, they won't be making that noise too. Like so. Now you don't have to listen to the water. And of course I dropped all this iron ore and a couple pieces fell down here. Alright, so we'll run back over here real quick. Grab that one pipe, just tossed over here out of the way. So we know it's already paid for. And we'll see how much money we have over here real quick. We have 49 cents and we need 42 cents for the construction hammer. Now this construction hammer, what it does is it locks everything in place when you're making something. So for instance, all these pipes now, if we hit them one time, we can't pick them back up. So we'll just take that and put this back over here so it's out of the way, but we don't lose it. Then again, like I said, you just start filling buckets up. And now all we gotta do is go over there and dump the dirt in there and brush the buckets or the pails real quick.
Huh?
Oh, and they also have a that if you get too close, it'll dump the dirt in the thing, and you won't make it. So I should have made it a little higher. Where'd my dirt ball go?
Huh? Huh?
Yep, these are not quite high enough. I need to go up a little bit more than that. But that's fine. We do have that one pipe. We can use it in here in a second. And I want to dump the water out because it won't hold dirt if we have water in it. So I guess just dump it right here and then pick it up. Since the pipes are kind of in the way. Well, I was trying to make it fast, but I really wasn't.
Huh? Huh?
Really wasn't paying attention here. There we go. So we're gonna have to stop the water. Well, I guess it won't matter because it's gonna be starting to float again anyway. But we have to move all that stuff up. Alright, so we need this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we'll start by pulling this one out and drop it on the ground, and this one. Got this. And we'll turn it up right. And then we'll grab this back over here again. Put it in place. And I want the valve on that side. Alright, so water's still dropping in now, but it's the right height that we can actually bring a bucket underneath of it. Still turn the water off where we want to turn it off at, and we can actually walk under it now too. And if we wanted to, we could just dump those there, put that back in place, but I left my one bucket over there, so I'm going to grab it real quick for the gold. We will be making some gold jewelry also, but not until we get the anvil, the forge, everything. So we still have a little ways to go. We could be selling all this stuff at once, which is probably what I should be doing until we get enough money. But I was kind of trying to get ahead. And let's just do that. Let's just sell it all. We'll save the gems though. I really don't want water in here though. So let's just dump it there, put that there, and then we'll pick it all up. I wish you could pick up more than one piece at a time, like you're trying to move everything at once. But no, it's one piece at a time. The nice thing is once it lands in the bottom of the bucket, it'll just keep stacking it, or you can actually put like 1,000 pieces in there. The problem is if you have 1,000 loose pieces laying around, it creates a tons of lag. But once they're all in the bucket, they kind of like form together somehow, and it only shows that it's got like 100 pieces in there when it has like 1,000 in there. That annoying water sound, every once in a while. But as you can see, they're all in the same spot. They're really not bouncing around, and they're just staying right there. So this should be probably another couple hundred dollars here. Maybe more. It'd be nice to get the crucible and everything. Which like I said is probably 300-ish or something. Hydro coins. Alright, so that's it for that. Alright, so we'll run up here real quick, sell this and see where we're at. $184, that's not much. But it's a start. See how close we're going to be and how much money we need total. Alright, so we have 191 and we need a small furnace. We need a crucible, which we only need one. We need one anvil, or one casting mold. One anvil. And a blacksmithing hammer. Alright, so that comes up to 337. We have 191, so we need like another $140. Or coins, or whatever you want to call it. Which again, I don't want to start selling the gems and stuff until we absolutely have to. Because those will come in handy later on for the jewelry and stuff we're going to be making. And again, once we get closer and get deeper into the other mines, I mean, we'll have single nuggets that'll, you know, be a couple $100 a piece. Now I believe you can also take and drop those dirt balls on the ground, and it'll make another dirt ball that you can toss in here and make it like a double thickness for the dirt. But it's difficult to do and have it done right, so easy to just do it this way. So it won't be much longer, and we'll be having stuff automated, and we'll have yeah, see how the dirt came out, the water came out of that one? There was water in the bucket. Cannot throw dirt in there for some reason with water in it. So here in a second, I'm going to get this all set up to go. Turn the water back on. Yeah, I was in down in this mine that I was playing on a different level, game server, save, whatever you want to call it, and I was getting nuggets that were probably about half the size of this bucket in my hand. I mean, they were just huge gold nuggets. So let's turn the water on for a second. Get these things washed up real quick. And now we have water back in there again. We can turn it back off. Because there's no reason to sit there and keep listening to it the whole entire time. It's really annoying. And we don't want to get water in our buckets anyway, so this helps out. And as you get deeper, usually the dirt gets better too. As you can see, we're getting, you know, this is 2 buckets worth of gold here. We're getting that out of 3 or 4 buckets. These nuggets seem to be a little bit bigger too. So that's a good sign. As you can see, it highlights the buckets you want to use too, so you can fill them up when they're stacked together like this. Just have to pay a little closer attention to what you're doing so you get the right bucket. You're not like, oh, it's full, and it's not full. Before we grab that, let's grab that gem out of there real quick. Turn the water on real quick. Brush these ones. As long as I don't keep losing my brush. Another couple shards here. Those are filled back up. Turn that back off. Alright, where are you at? You're right there. Right there. And right there. Nice. We'll also have shards that are way bigger than that too later on, which are helpful things for us. I don't know how far we can get into it with, an hour or two stream, but we'll get a little ways into it. I got several games I want to stream here in the near future. I went and picked up 5 new games besides this one here. Something my co-op friends need to check out is a game called Storm Chaser? Hold on a second. See if I can minimize this. Nope, can't minimize it. I think it's Storm Chaser is what it's called. I'll have to look in a little bit and figure it out and make sure. Alright. I am going to go AFK for a quick second to grab something to drink. I will be right back. Give me 1 minute. I am back, and yes, you can leave it at the store. It will not disappear. I'm going to do one more section of dirt here, and then we're going to see if we can go buy the furnace and stuff. And there are some, as you see, I missed that bucket in a little mini pile there. That does happen too, so something to watch out for. I mean, I can always dig it back out, but we'll get it sooner or later anyway. There's some relics and stuff that are buried in the sites, and there's a place to go store them. And you get, I believe there's 6 relics in total, but they say they put enough room up there for 4 to hold. So I'll show you that here in a second when we go up. I think I just buried up gem right there on the last bucket or pail. Which we don't want to do. We want to keep all the gems out. So let's turn this on for a second. Brush these down real quick. And this one here should be a gem. Water again. Turn it back off. Right there. Alright, so we got 3 rubies, one emerald right so far. Not that great, but it'll get better. There's also a tool that you can get for when you're doing automation that you can compress those to make like 1 gem out of the 3 of them, which is kind of cool. Everything is hydro powered here, so even your truck that you drive around with, which that truck up by the shop is ours to use, you occasionally have to put water into it. So I've seen some YouTubers that make parking garages that they pull their trucks up into, and they get filled up with water just by pulling up into them. That way their truck is always full. We don't need that right now. I personally do that. I just take one of these pails right here, and it takes like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them to fill it. We just got several rubies though in this one here. There's one. So yeah, there's 3 different types of gems. There's ruby, sapphire, and emerald. And I believe that is the way the price is too. Ruby's the highest, sapphire second, emerald's third. Okay, what else do we got over here? No shards, no gems. No shards, no gems. Alright, we're going to take this, and we're going to attempt to dump as much of it in there as possible. We can straighten those up here in a minute. Get that little green dot as close to the center as possible, and usually everything falls in there. Unless you have like a really, really full bucket, and that just kind of pops out. But that's a pretty good bucket so far right there. So let's see how much money this is going to get us. And then we can start making real money. And once we drop this off, I'll go ahead and show you that little place where the relics can go. Oh, that bucket by itself was enough. It wasn't 330 something? Like 334 maybe? 337, okay. So we'll put this in here. Use 6 of what we had before. Alright, we have another 186 available. So all that right there on that pile is ours. And this. But we're going to run back here real quick. And right in here, there's 4 pedestals. You put a relic on each one of those 4 pedestals, even though there's 6 relics. And I believe it's this spot right here. Opens up, and there's a treasure chest in there. There's a place up there you can sell and buy stuff too. And of course, like I said, you can get in the truck and move it and drive it. They're really difficult to drive it when you first get into it, so test it out, try it out, see if you like it. It's kind of fun. So this, we probably won't need as much. As you can see, it's getting nice daylight out again. Like I said, I never found the point in trying to use the daylight versus nighttime, because a lot of times you're under the ground anyway. Drop that. We're going to put this over here because I want this set right about right there. Works good. As you can see, now that I set it down, it's got fire coming to it. I probably should buy a second crucible, one for iron, one for lead, but this will work. Buy that and a magnet. And yes, you can use a magnet too. So if you put like 10 pieces of iron ore in there and 2 pieces of gold, the gold will disappear. So you don't want to melt them together. And then we can come out here, put this down, and I'll show you that tapping the top of it, you can change to different stuff. So I need this right about, I don't know, there. So that's a dagger, that's a battle axe, that's a sword. You can make a ring with no gem, a ring with a gem, and a necklace with a gem. And this right here is what it takes. So you need 2 bars and 1 gem. You need 1 iron bar for the dagger, 2 iron bars for the battle axe, and they can be any size. You could have one that's like 100 ounces and one that's 1 ounce, and it'll still work. It just gives you a total of 101 ounces. And then you need 3 for the sword. 1 gold bar for the ring, 1 gold bar and 1 gem for the ring with the gem. So we get all this stuff moved over here. We can do a little bit more mining. And hopefully we can get a little bit of automation going here, where that we can mine the stuff and the machine will separate it for us. Because there are some machines you can get. I don't think they're here though. I think they're at the other place. Yeah, none of them are here. We'd have to drive over there and get them. But there's some machines that'll separate the shards and the iron and the gold. Separate everything out for you. So we're going to put this right here, because we'll pour into that. We'll need this right there for the iron, or anvil. So we can set this up real quick by turning this on. Let's see, that one's set pretty good already. This one needs to be changed. This one definitely needs to be changed. And as you can see, we're not having to hear any water running because they're perfectly set up. So then we can just dig some dirt, and you can build tunnels. You can, do whatever you want. You don't have to have any specific one thing to do. You can do it however you want to do it. I usually just start on one side and work my way across, or if I'm trying to build a underground tunnel, like first of all go to deeper ground because it's not very deep here. But you could build a stairway down right here and start, as you can see, like this right here. I can't dig on, so. I can dig this little bit right here, but this is part of the tundra bedrock right here. So there's a little bit of dirt right here we can get, not a whole lot. I did start right at the edge of it, so it's fine. Get every little bit of it we can.
Huh?
And see, it doesn't like to be dropped sometimes, so you just have to find a place to drop it and go with the flow. That's one bad thing about the water coming down, is it does that a lot. Or that happens.
Huh? Huh? We could be... In fact, I might extend this out and do it a little differently. What I might do is I might change that and move it over to here, where it extends out right to here. And I can just drop shovels right in there and just brush them right away. Might be an easier way to do it. And that costs no energy to burn, so we just keep letting it burn. But as you can see, that's the reason why I keep turning the water back off, because it gets in the way of dropping these buckets in there. But when you get it set up just right, you can just... Like I said, I got one set up down underground that probably has I don't know, 20 pails on it. And then everything's automated, so you just, every once in a while you gotta go through and dump the buckets onto a conveyor belt. Which I guess I could log on and show you that too. It's kind of an interesting build. But as you can see, all this over here is bedrock too. That's why I was not being able to dig very much of it. Every once in a while I hit a little spot, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to be digging that direction anyway.
buckets will fall down into the pit, so if they do, you just pick them up, toss them back up here, not a big deal. Alright, so this one, over here, that one I believe has dirt in it, yeah. Trying to figure out which ones have dirt and which ones don't now. Alright, these four have dirt still. These ones do not. Alright, we'll turn the water on for a second. Brush these out real quick, turn the water back off. And see where we're at. I think the best bet is probably me to run the water from over here into this area. It's kind of a weird shaped dirt pile too, because it goes like this way and then it comes out kind of over here a little bit. It's kind of weird. We should be able to find some flowers or some crap in here. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's been a while since I played this game. Oh yeah, hey Jekyll, look on Steam for a game called Stormworks. It's a co-op game where we go around fighting wildfires, disasters, stuff like that. People stranded at sea. Alright, we got a shard right there, and a gem in this one over here. You go over here. And what else do we have? Another gem there. That looks like a... Yep, that's a sapphire there. There we go. Nice. Now we have a sapphire too. That is all iron, gold, gold, iron, gold and iron, gold and iron. So what we could do now, if we wanted, is we go like this and go all the gold into this bucket here. Now, unfortunately, you can try to dump this into the crucible. It doesn't really work that well. So, when you do, I mean, you can get right on top of it, get the green dot in there and everything, and when you go to dump, it likes to spread all over, which I'm going to try to show you right here. Watch it all land in there, but it usually does not work. Okay, so we got a lot of it in there. It's still one piece out here. But what we can do now, put that in there, take this, put this up here. You'll hear it go bloop, bloop, bloop when it's all melted. Might have to be closer to it to hear it. I believe it's not melted yet because I can still see one right there. Normally I put this more of an angle so I can see it better. Like that. So you can see inside of it. Now you'll hear it when it actually melts. You'll be able to see it too that way. Yeah, that's the sound we're looking for. Alright, so we can pick this up now and pour it into the crucible, or the mold. And same thing, I can do the same thing with the iron. Let's just drop this right here. And yeah, I know it's red hot, but for some reason it seems to work, so I'm not going to complain too much. Alright, so again, only one piece fell. That's pretty good. Now, we're not going to put this in here quite yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to put this gold bar in here and let it heat up. And because the reason being is we will get more money out of making things than we will just putting the gold up there as is. So now that it's red hot, we're going to take this, put it over here on this, take the hammer and hit the anvil one time. And then we have that little bracelet looking thing, which we can just toss into our bucket to be taken up. And then we'll take this over here and we'll melt down the iron ore. And while that's melting, thought I saw a gem in there for a second. While that's melting, I'll go ahead and grab a few more buckets just because it takes you know, a couple minutes for it to happen. Should happen any second here if it hasn't already. There it went.
Huh?
So the same thing, we just take this, get the little green dot over the top of the mold, and hit the left mouse button to drop it in there. So we're done using this for the moment, we can put it right there. And even though that's red hot, we still have to put it back in there to heat back up again. And while we're doing that, we'll change this back over to a dagger, because we only need one bar for a dagger, and I mean obviously these are not very big. The one thing I found though, if you're not careful too, is if you make them too big, these things go flying across the map and it takes forever to find them. So we have the big old dagger. This is where your wagon or your truck comes in handy. Like if you have like several items you need to bring up here, just put them in the back of your wagon, drag them up here. The only problem is you can't sprint with them. So I can sell that for 145 there, or I can go back over here. This actually has sometimes better prices, and that was 143, so the other place was better, I believe. But same thing, you can come back here. Sometimes the prices are better than they are. Most times the price over here at the jeweler is the best. So we get 2 coins more for selling it there. We'll go back, grab our little bracelet, or I mean our little ring with no gem. And the reason why I didn't put a gem in it is because those are not reworked gems. Those are just rough gems. So until we have the thing to rework them, we really don't want to use those yet. I want the ring. Give me the ring. Okay. What the heck? I've never seen a bucket do that before. Okay, so give me the ring. Thank you. Yeah, kind of a toilet flush sound, yeah. So you can actually do other stuff and keep working and wait for that sound instead of just standing there waiting. So, of course, now we got 311, and like I said before, you can just carry money down if you need. So I think the next thing we need to do is probably get, I don't know, a good $1,000. And here's the bed you can buy. Pretty simple bed. We don't really need any of that there. We don't need a fishing pole. We're not fishing yet. I mean, you can buy a pickaxe if you want to do some, like clearing off the top layer of ground. If you lose your brush, there's another brush there. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to reline those pipes and set up a foundation up there to make things easier to work with. Because if we take these pipes and we have them flow from over here till they land right about in here, then we can just toss dirt into the buckets from the pit, and it works pretty good. So we need to go back across over here, grab our hammer, construction hammer, release all these things. I'm just kind of trying to do a crash course in things that are possible with this game, because like I said, I'm not going to play a whole lot since they're going to be wiping out all of the parts from before because it's going to be going to multiplayer co-op. Alright, so that's good. This will have to get moved. I'll just do this piece here. Probably actually do a couple of these pieces, but for right now we'll just do one. Leave those 90 sitting in the middle of the way there. And that's fine. So like I said, I want to get it probably right into here for the buckets. So we're going to need a couple more long straight pipes. So we'll grab a couple of these. We're probably going to move that valve closer to the T's too. But if I do it right, I can set up, let's say, 6 buckets on both sides by using a couple more T's in there if I wanted also. Because I don't just have to stop it at just the 2 on each side. I could do 4 on one side and 2 on the other, or however I wanted to do it. But for right now, I'm just gonna get it set up to do this and get it in the right area for where we want it. Because what I want is I want it to have it come right about to right in here somewhere. Because I think that edge right there is the bedrock, and that over there is dirt to use. That was not what I wanted. Put that in there. Grab another one. I mean, there's 4 pits here, so if you have 4 people that want to work on 4 different ideas, you can still do it and be on the same game. Obviously, one's going to be in the better ground than the other one, but you can still have fun by having 4 separate types of buildings or mining. Like this one here, you can pretty much do it all by shovel. I mean, it's small enough. That one over there, probably not so much. It takes a little bit more. Alright, so we need to rotate that to there. This. See, what we're going to do here is we're going to leave the furnace and stuff over there, and we're just going to set up our buckets to be I might have to put a platform down here. We'll see in a second. In fact, I'm probably going to have to, or the buckets aren't going to stay still, because when I go to try to drop the buckets in here, they're going to want to maybe, we'll see. Let's see if that works. That was not what I wanted. Huh. That worked so far. Okay, let's see. But in doing that, I will not need those little buckets anymore. So they can kind of be tossed off to the side. As you can see, I'm trying to get to where it doesn't splash like the water things here, because when it splashes, that's when the sound comes. And I don't remember what the heck the jump button. Oh yeah, shift was. No, not shift. No, there's a jump button somewhere. I forgot what it was. Come on, machine. There we go. Okay. Turn that off. Set those all in place, so we don't accidentally keep picking them up. But as you can see, now that I've done that, I run the hammer back across it. It doesn't highlight anymore, because it's not available to be picked up. Whereas if I hit it again, and then come back to it, it highlights. Alright, so again, like I said, I mean, I could put it up where there's a platform brick underneath here. It kind of goes partway into the ground. Set the buckets on. I don't think I'm going to need it for what I'm trying to do right here, which is just dig part of this out. So we're going to grab this shovel right here, and we're just going to And unfortunately, you can't put, like I said, you can't put 2 buckets in there, or 2 shovelfuls in there, but the one, as long as you can highlight it, you're close enough. You can put dirt into it and be able to brush that dirt out. So we'll just do that. We'll put a bunch of dirt through here real quick, and we'll have a bunch to work with that way. And then you can do it with 1 pipe and just do 1 bucket. I just think it's faster to try to do several at a time. Play this for a little bit longer, and then I'll jump on my other save and show you what big mining is all about when you get into the deeper. Because I got one that's probably, I don't know, 40 feet deep maybe on the last mine. Alright, so we got a couple shards here. We're going to grab those out of here real quick. We'll worry about the rest of the stuff later on. But just so we don't pile them up there and accidentally torch one on accident. By dumping it into the bucket. Or the crucible, I mean. Those we'll grab now. We'll grab the gems here in a little bit, since I can't really see them right now anyway without setting up a lighting system, which we don't have the money for quite yet. The first time I played this game, I didn't even know it was available until I watched somebody else's video. I knew the other side was available, but I didn't know this side was. And yes, you can fall on the ground and get stuck. And there's a way to get yourself unstuck. I just don't remember exactly what the key is at the moment. I'll have to check the key codings here in a second. Let's see. Yeah, unstuck. And then it puts you way over here on the ground. And we're mining over there. Same thing if you have a truck. Your truck gets stuck, you can do the same thing. Just grab that and unstick yourself and you're good.
Huh?
So, you know, it's definitely a different, a little bit slower game, but you can still have fun with it. Now, I believe on this one here I just saw a chromium, or claudium, I mean, chromium. So we're going to run this through real quick, and then we're going to bring the lantern over to look at it real quick, because I don't want to put that in with gold either, because it's a different value. It's that one right there. Nope, that's gold. So it must be that one. No. I'm trying to grab the right one in the middle of all this. You can see it's got a different color to it. There it is. Claudium ore. So we'll put that off to the side over here too, next to the gems. And we'll grab this. And I believe, maybe, if we're lucky, I can set it. No, I gotta get up on top of the pipe first. If I'm lucky and I do it just right, crawl here on the end of the pipe. And maybe, there we go. And as you see, we got another shard over here, so we'll go put this away real quick. I did see it fly out when we were doing this stuff. But you can kind of see into the buckets a little better. That's all gold and iron. There's an emerald right there. I said the street lights are easier. These ones are a little more difficult. There's an emerald in here. I'm not sure if I can grab it or not. Yep, I get it. First try, nice. quite sure why the bucket moved though.
Huh?
There's a ruby too. Let's see, do we have the gem cutter over here? Or do I have to go all the way up to the other town to get it? Let's see. I do not see it here. Let's see if it's... Oh, there's right there. So these little gem things here, all you do is you set it down, take one of your gems, and run across it, and now you have a cut gem. Come on, bucket. And you can do that with all of them. Sapphires, rubies, emeralds, all of them. So right now I really don't need to do that because I'm not doing any, I guess I could do one of each real quick. Let's see, there's an emerald right there. So now we have one of each. If we wanted to make a necklace or something, we could do that. I normally like to hold onto those things so I can compress them together and make bigger gems. But as you can see, there's also, that's gold there. There's quite a bit of stuff in here already. We could probably make another, I don't know, a couple $100 thing. I don't think this bucket's close enough though. Yeah. It's a problem getting them just right.
Huh?
Because of that. There we go. So we can just keep filling these things up with dirt and getting a little bit better amount of stuff, and we will make a battle axe on the next one. Make two iron bars next time. And if we do that though, we're going to separate them ahead of time so that we can have, or just make one that's like 2 ounces and one that's a massive quantity. Show you the different types of things you can make. And of course, later on down the game, when you start buying blueprints, there's other stuff we can make too. But at the moment, the only things we can buy are, the only things we can make are these 4 items, or 5 items at a time. So the automation part is way more fun because you're trying to figure out the best way to set up and make money with the least amount of effort. So I'm going to turn the water off, I'm going to run one more, and then we're going to separate out. Stay underneath this light over here and try to get everything just how we want it. But I do want to go over and show you the other mine that I have. I saw a gem in there, I guess not. Well, let's pull that one and this one down here, and we'll take the gold over to here and the iron over to here, or at least that's what we're going to attempt to do. I know there's a piece of gold in here, I saw it, I'm pretty sure. Problem is getting down to it. Gold in my hand, there's another one. And another one. Come on, work with me here. Alright, no more in there, it doesn't look like. Alright. Grab the rest of the iron out of here. Try to pay attention and watch the chat and everything too. I know there's one right here that's iron ore, so I gotta kind of dig down to it, unfortunately. There we go. Alright, now we can pick up gold. If we pick up a piece of iron, we'll just move over and drop it. If you look down the bottom left side of the screen too, it'll tell you what kind of ore you have. Like right now I have a piece of iron in my hand. I can just drop it back in the bucket if I want. Go after the gold. We're gonna make one big ring here, I think. Maybe we'll make a necklace. Takes 2 bars for that. I only need to make sure and keep a couple pieces out to make a second bar though. So that's fine. We'll make a small bar and a big bar, that's what we'll do. There's a gem right there too. Another emerald in this bucket right here. I know it's hard to see, but after you've been playing for a little while and you kind of get the view of it, what do you need to look for? Got it. Which is weird because it says that the rubies are the most rare ones, and emeralds are more common. But I've found that I find more rubies and emeralds than anything. So I don't know why the value is so much higher on those. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump these in here. We're going to throw that over there for a minute, get this out of the way so I can pick up these 2 pieces. And as you see, it's tumbling with all the gems in there, or the iron ore in there. It'll stay in there. They won't fall back out for some reason. So they get locked in place when you toss them in there. Alright, so we have this amount to make 1 bar with. And then we got the other one over here to make a second bar with. So let's just take and dump this in here real quick. And we'll make a couple pieces out of here to make another bar of gold on that one. So we'll toss this in here, we'll make 4 bars real quick, and then we'll make the gems. Or make the jewelry, I mean. So let's go with ruby since it's the most expensive. This over here, just drop it right there for right now. First thing we're going to do is, what is that? Uncut sapphire, nice. Extra gem I didn't see. So yeah, we'll get this one poured. So I'm kind of making a mess on this one here. Your name covers it, but I do see it, okay. Well, I can fix that real quick, 1 second. How about, now? Is that better? Move that up there. There you go. Alright, so this one's ready. Pour that one. Drop this back down. And we will pour our second dose into here. And that's what I was talking about by missing a bunch of it, because I wasn't quite lined up on it. But that's fine. Easy fix. Come on. And yes, I still can get that piece in there. So as soon as that plops, we can we'll dump this out quick. Toss it on the ground. And the first thing we're going to make is the the battle axe. So what happened? Rob leave? Alright, so we're going to do that. And stand up. We're going to take a few pieces of this. Like maybe 4 or 5. Just to make a real small bar is how we're doing. Okay, so that piece doesn't want to stay in there until we put it in here, so that's fine. We'll grab it and put it in now. And we'll move these out of the way, because we're going to do that in a second. But as you can see, there's a little bit of difference, not a lot, in the size of those bars. You'll see a big difference between this one and that one. Okay. Well, I didn't see you talking, so I figured maybe. I'm not used to seeing Jekyll here, I'm used to seeing you here. No offense, Jekyll, I know you're busy. Come on, melt already. Pour this in here real quick. Or not, there we go. See how small that one is now? Hopefully I can line this up a little better this time. Yeah, only one piece left. Okay, that's not too bad. Why, oh why are these pieces not staying? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Got the little guy, huh? Isn't that bucket exciting? The really cool thing is too, is you can melt those shards down and make bars like this too. Alright, so we'll dump that in there, put this off to the side. Now, since we're making the dagger first, we're going to put the iron in first. And we're just going to heat this up real quick. We already got it placed on there. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, that should do fine. Grab my hammer. And where'd it go? Right over there. Like I said, sometimes they go flying. And you have to chase them. I don't know why it does that, but it does. But anyway, there's the battle axe we just made. Now we're going to make the necklace. This one's a little more difficult because you have to also get the gem to stay up here. And then hit it in the right spot too. So as you see, doesn't matter how we laid that stuff, but we want to make a giant necklace. So there's different things you can make. You've seen the ring without a gem, you've seen the necklace now, dagger, battle axe. This thing, 502 here, we run back over here, see what kind of price we can get for it here real quick. Because like I said, sometimes they're going to be more expensive, they'll be worth more back here. So that one's less, 482. So we'll go and just sell it right away. Because we're going to do the same thing with the battle axe, just check it in both places. After a while, you know, you get so much money, you're just like, yeah, we're just going to drop it here and sell it, it doesn't matter. Like, when you sell a one item that's worth like 100,000 because it's got 200-ounce bars in it of gold, it doesn't really matter anymore. You can buy anything you want. In fact, we'll go back here first. This one is worth 358 here, okay. And here, 348. So we can go 10 more coins for going back here and selling that. And then we can just grab the money from both places and take it down, drop it in another bucket. We said if you wanted to build platforms and stuff, you could. You need, I think, 400 or 500 per gem sorter thing, which we definitely don't have enough money for that yet. But we're up to 1166. We could take the truck and go look, so I can show you the other parts of the game real quick. So this thing is not very easy to actually keep going straight because of the ground, the way the graphics are, fucking walls all over the place, and it's just like makes you motion sickness almost. So this is just a little town with like nothingness. There's nothing there to buy or nothing. So I don't know why it's even there. Maybe it's for something on an add-on later on in the game. Off to the left here is the second place to mine. It's not a very good one. But if you come over here, the good place to buy stuff, including other vehicles. I still have not figured out how to use this thing properly yet. It's basically a big grinder and it shoots dirt clods out. And they're all pretty close to them, you know, 1400, 1400. They're all pretty close. Like one of them's got racing stripes on it. This is basically the one we have right here, 550. But you come down here a little further, you can bring your scrap stuff you don't need to use in there. All your conveyors and stuff are in this spot right here to make everything just cruise along. You'll see that when I get over to the other save real quick. I'll show you some conveyor stuff. But make sure the stuff stays on your conveyors. And then if you come over here, there's more stuff for like your drills. And then this right here compresses gems. So you have like 10 small sapphires. You can have one big sapphire that's pre-cut for you too. Funnels into stuff. Smelters, instead of using the crucibles, you can use smelters. Works a whole lot better. This is a water filter. That's a pressure tank, pressure gauge, wrenches to fix with, a bag of wrenches. That stuff over there we already have over there. And then over here you have a saw where you can cut a bar in half. Like if you want to just pour one big bar and then cut the two of them in half, it'll cut them right in half. A magnet for picking up everything that's metal. Actually, it'll pick up everything because it'll pick up the shards and the other stuff too. So it'll just drag everything that's loose, rock or dirt or gem wise. Let's see. We have all that stuff over in the other spot. And then also, if you want to start building a home of some sort, you have furnishings and like a safe, pedestals to put like big gems or something on. Even a fish mount. Let's see, down over here there's a jeweler over there. In here, another place for building construction for your, like actually building of the home. You got different types of walls, paints, roof tiles. Here's another set of walls. Here's a platform for a foundation. That's just a pallet to put stuff on. You got windows, fish pots. Those are kind of cool, but they're a pain in the butt to use, and you don't get much fish out of them. So a tool rack to put your tools in. Different types of tin roofing also. Let's see what else. Somewhere there were stairs. Where am I missing it at? Somewhere there is stairs in here. Right there. Yeah, wooden stairs. But the really cool part I like, oh yeah, all your wagons are purchased in there. Down over there is where you get your blueprints. And then up over here, the dynamite area. So you put these little things down and then you run wires and stuff to them, logic cables, and then I believe there's some switches, yeah, right here. So you like hook this up to the beginning of your line, you run these lines out there to connect to your dynamite, you press that button and the dynamite explodes. Which I can show you what I've been doing on a different save real quick. So let me exit out this one, we'll save real quick, and then we'll return to the main menu so I can show you their save. Things that are possible to do. So this is my underground mine. As you can see, I got buckets set up all the way around. So I come over here, turn the water on, and it just drops water right into the buckets. And I just take my little shovel, put dirt in each one of those things, and then I take this magnet right here, and these can all be picked up. We're not doing that right now, though. Just wanted to kind of show you. So it gets on the conveyor, it comes up the conveyor, then it goes through these things. This one will be all gold. They'll spit it out. Why can't I not jump? Where's the jump button? This one? There we go. 7. So it'll all go into that smelter. This one is iron. It'll all go into that smelter. This one is all shards. It'll go into that smelter. This is all the cloudium. And then this is all where the gems will go. So we have 5 separators here. And if you look over here, we have a safe. Just because. Why won't it open? Why won't my safe? Okay. So I have some gems in here. I got gold, iron, cloudium, the shards, more gold. And then right here, that says blueprints. These are all the blueprints you can get. So you can make your own pipes. You can make your own tools. You can make a double-sided battle axe. You can make a gun. That's a teapot. That's a candle holder. I don't know why the bird cage is here, but there's a bird cage. And a shield. And of course, this is the type of materials you need. So like it's cloudium, gold, iron, cloudium, iron, cloudium. And you come over here, you put the blueprint on there, you put down whatever hot materials you want on here, take the screwdriver, and click the table with it, and it works. We have a little table here, like I said, I can cut the blades in half. That's a miner's helmet there. But this is all run off of my one underground mine. So we're going to take the this truck over here and run over to the other place where I've been using dynamite, just because I wanted to try it out and see what it looked, see what actually worked with it. And these things will actually jump and like completely go off the rail and do flips and stuff. If you're going too fast and hit a bump just right, they're like, got a mind of their own. But as you see, each one of them have little water spots right in the middle of the truck. So if you run out of water, the truck quits running. Then you got to carry water to the truck instead of... But yeah, so as you see, there's some wagons over here on the left. Each one of those wagons has its own parts in it. We got dynamite, we got T's, we got angle pipes, straight pipes, and it looks like just one, but it's not. They're all stacked together. So I've been going over here and running the lines out and blasting this out. I started back here trying to figure out the exact size, and what I figured out is if you lay them at like a zigzag, so like you'll have one square here, and that's a square there, you'll skip that square, put one there, you'll skip this square, put one there, and back and forth all the way down. And that's to get the best clearance out of it. And then of course when you get done with all that, you end up having, if I can get back out of here now, come on, you end up having a pile of these that you can go sell in the jewelers. But the problem is you don't get any gold out of that, so that's just like trying to strip the top half of your mine or something off. You go through and set it all up, and then kabloom. There's water back over there for this one. I believe. It's back over here. This over here is where I tried figuring out that digger thing, truck. It didn't work too well for me. Yeah, there's water. I don't know how deep it is, but as you can see, there's some piles of dirt here. That's because I tried figuring out that thing, and that's where I just dumped them at. There's some more little pieces of dirt over here too. Same thing, same exact thing. I tried using that truck and didn't work out very well for me, so I actually ended up selling the truck in scrap. Like I'm done trying to figure this thing out. But yeah, so there's lots of different aspects you can do. I guess I could set up one little quick dynamite explosion thing here, just to do one piece. We'll just put one right here. So you can put them down deeper, but you can't get to them very well, so we'll put that one there. And then we'll get 90 to piece. And the more pieces you have laying around, the more lag you're going to have too. Alright, so I want to go that way with it, so we're going to go... Come on. For some reason, it's not going to work very well. 1, 2, 3. Is that the way I want it? Yeah, okay, there we go. Grab one more of these. Come down here, attach it to this one. Run a couple of pieces over here. And then we'll grab a trigger for that. Probably actually need to come up like this. So you can make different, however you want to do it. You know, you can make it come with the triggers way over here, which is kind of what I want to do. I don't want to do like a bunch of blasting right on top of myself. And I do have a trigger over there somewhere. It is loud though, so watch your volume in your ears. It actually makes my ears ring. But if you're too close, it'll destroy your switch, so that is something you gotta be careful of. But yeah, you just gotta reach over here now, push this button, and I think, and you see a big chunk of dirt taken out of the ground down there. And we'll go put this up. Grab our magnet real quick, because I'm sure there's going to be stuff over here in the ground. Like those. See? That we can pick up and go put up with our other pile over there. Well, as long as I don't drop them. Where did they go? I fell out of that hole, that's what happened. They're in this hole. Alright, so... get them all real quick. And of course you have to keep holding the button to make sure they keep working. And then they'll just follow you along. And yes, it'll keep making that sound if you get them in the wrong spot and they don't like settle down. It'll keep making that rattling sound. But yeah, so that's the basics of it. I don't really want to do too much more, like I said, because we're going to be losing all these saves anyway when the new multiplayer comes out, which, like I said, of course, is going to be a lot more fun, I think. So yeah, until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you have any questions, comments, make sure to leave them in the comments section below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you.